go. A message of defiance and of determination. A defiance to keep fighting. A defiance to continue to stand against Putin. And a defiance to fight for your freedom. Peace is possible. Through the coalition of the willing, we will be ready. But as President Trump has said, peace is achieved through strength, and our job as members of the UDCG is not to jeopardize that peace by forgetting about the war. So we have stepped up our military aid to Ukraine, but Putin has stepped up as well. So we must do further. We must speed up. We must speed up and surge our support to Ukraine. We must get more kit in the hands of Ukrainian fighters even faster. And across members of the UDCG, our defiance, our determination must match that of the Ukrainians. For our part, the UK will continue to push for peace. We'll continue to try and force Putin to the table alongside allies. And at our last UDCG meeting in July, I launched a 50-day drive to accelerate our support to Ukraine. And in that time, the UK has delivered nearly 5 million rounds of ammunition, 60,000 artillery shells, rockets and missiles, 2,500 uncrewed platforms and 200 electronic warfare and defence systems. When we make promises at the UDCG, we must deliver those promises. And I can also confirm that the UK has now used over £1 billion of seized Russian assets to buy vital kit directly for Ukraine. And for the first time, the International Fund for Ukraine has now reached over £2 billion of contributions. And I say thank you to all those nations who've contributed. And finally, over the next 12 months, the UK will fund the thousands of long-range, one-way attack drones that we will manufacture in Britain and deliver to Ukraine. Friends, a secure Europe requires a strong Ukraine, and our security starts in Ukraine. So I say to President Putin, we see your aggression, we see your new attacks, but you only strengthen our unity with the Ukrainians, and you only drive our determination to go further and faster to support them. And for all of us, our priorities are clear-cut: to support Ukraine in your fight today, and to work to secure and be ready for the peace tomorrow. Thank you. And let me pass now to my co-chair, to Boris.
Thank you, Dennis, John, Mark, my friends. Let me too welcome you to the UDCG meeting. John, thank you for having us and for organizing our meeting here in the United Kingdom. It is a 30th meeting of the UDCG, and this highlights the relevance of the UDCG and also its success in coordinating our support for Ukraine. It is a sign of our endurance in helping Ukraine to successfully keep up its fight for peace and freedom. Russia still shows no serious intention of bringing this war to an end. The opposite is the case. Despite President Trump's invitation to join direct peace negotiation, Russia is continuing, even intensifying, its air raids on Ukrainian cities. This weekend, Russia launched the largest air attack on Kyiv and other cities since the start of the full-scale invasion, using more than 800 drones and several missiles. Several innocent Ukrainians lost their life in this air raid. Dozens were wounded. Putin is stalling for time that he needs because his ground troops can hardly make headway against Ukraine's powerful defense. At the same time, we are continuing, and we must be continuing, intensifying our efforts to support Ukraine. First of all, we are increasing Ukraine's resilience by further strengthening its air defense. In addition to the continuous provision of weapon systems and ammunition, Germany is in the process of delivering 2 full Patriot systems to Ukraine. The first launchers have already been transferred to Ukraine. I would like to take this opportunity to thank our Norwegian friends for generously agreeing to bear half of the costs of these 2 Patriot systems. Together with our American allies, we are making a quick replacement of the Patriot systems possible. Second, we are helping Ukraine enhance their frontline defense in order to thwart Russia's chances of seizing more territory. To achieve this, we are continuing our deliveries of weapon systems, spare parts, and ammunition. And third, we are expanding Ukraine's capabilities to weaken Russia's war machinery in the hinterland, providing an effective defense. Germany will initiate a new deep strike initiative and boost its support for the procurement of long-range drones with Ukraine's defense industry. As part of this initiative, we are concluding a number of contracts with Ukrainian enterprises amounting to a total of 300 million euros. These contracts provide for the delivery of several thousand long-range drones of various types from Ukrainian production. They are flexible and contain options for increasing quantities. We are giving all our partners the opportunity to participate. With joint forces, friends, we stand with Ukraine. We stand by Ukraine. We are supporting Ukraine in its fight against Russia's illegal war of aggression and helping it to acquire a position of strength. Dennis, Ukraine can count on us today, tomorrow, and beyond. This is what we stand up for together. Thank you, and Slava Ukraini.
Thank you, Boris. Can I turn for the final opening remarks of this opening session to Dennis?
Thank you so much, dear John, dear Boris, dear Mark, distinguished ministers, generals, dear partners, dear friends. Thank you for your unwavering support to Ukraine. Today, the Ukraine Defense Contact Group is gathering 30th time. For 3.5 years of Russia's full-scale invasion, our soldiers have felt your support. Thank you. Thank you for this. Today, I want to be very clear. While we are discussing peace negotiations, conditions, security guarantees, the Kremlin rejects any proposal for ceasefire and keeping escalating. Last Saturday, Russia and Putin once again killed Ukrainian children and civilians during the largest combined attack on Ukraine. There was a new anti-record, 810 drones, 4 ballistic and 9 cruise missiles. Today, 3 hours ago, Putin strikes on Yarova village in Donetsk region, direct hit on group of pensioners which came to take their pensions. For this moment, more than 20 people are killed. Yesterday, Russia began winter terror by disruption of the biggest in Kiev region, hitting energy station 49 drones. Our response must be rooted in strengths. For Ukraine, it's crucial to actively implement the following initiatives. First, we need clear schedule for regular financing and supplies of weapon packages. $6 billion to finance drone production, interceptors to protect our economy and civilian population, FPV to hold the front line. Unfortunately, we may lost our advantage in FPV on the front line. Deep strikes to continue pressure on Russian military production and military targets. To provide $60 billion in your 2026 budget for protection of Europe and Ukraine. Ukraine will continue to pay 100% budget for defense needs, but we need support and participation of partners. We still need additional 10 Patriot systems and missiles for Patriot, SAMP-T, NASAMS, IRIS-T and Hawk systems. This is urgent as Russia plans further strikes on our energy system and infrastructure. We are grateful to Germany for procurement of 2 PAC-3 systems. Thank you for this. Thank you for all your contributions, which we have now for today. Sanctions and confiscation of frozen Russian assets. Economic pressure must intensify, so Russia has less resources for this war. Only together we can prevail. and only together we can secure peace in Europe, on the European continent. Thank you, and Slava Ukraini.
Thank you, Dennis.
Thank you.
And can I say thank you to the media who've been present with us for this opening session, and say to you, we're going to close down now. Thank you for your interest and your attendance. Can I say thank you to everyone for your patience while we remove the media from the session, and we can move into the next part of the UDCG, which will be to look at the priority requirements for Ukraine.